Bookman, welcome to Auntie Chats and Tarot. Hello. Hello, Virgos. Let's get to your message here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your support on this channel. I really appreciate it. Remember, not everything will be for you here in these messages. Take what helps you to help yourself. Take what helps you to, if it's resonating, if it helps you. Remember, you are in charge of what you let in this life and what you don't. Please do comment as we go. I would love that. Okay, here we go. So 7 of Swords in the reverse. Oh, man. And the 5 of Wands. Yeah, you're feeling really attacked at this time by a group of people, misunderstood. And I feel like maybe you're even saying, why does this always happen to me? Something here about repetitive behavior, strength, and the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a rough time I feel for you right now, Virgo. You've got the strength. You've always had the strength, but I feel like you're saying, why? Why do I always have to have the strength here? Come on. Like, when does this flip? When does this change? Why do I have to be everybody's everything? And why do I have to also be misunderstood? Or, is it a jealousy thing? Or is people trying to get under your skin? And it's slow moving. This energy, it feels like to you, it forever stays. Temperance, a lot of imbalance here. Temperance in the reverse. Yeah. You feel off balance, and you've felt this way before. How do I get the flow back? Yeah. I used to be in flow. I feel like there was a time when you were in flow. Lots of fun there. But as of late, it's just like this constant grind and people at you. Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and people not doing their share. Again, that imbalance is off. You're giving much more than others in situations. What else do we have here? The Tower in the reverse. Yeah, you're trying to not explode at people or, do the confrontation game here. But you really feel off your crown, or your crown's been pushed off, and you're saying, look, I am still very aware of and worthy of this crown. So back off. Knight of Swords here. Yeah, but you're worried. And sometimes late at night you do think, okay, am I off my game? 7 of Pentacles and the Magician. You're not off your game. You're just in a situation where you can't focus in on you. You're focusing in on everybody else right now. For whatever reason, it'll be different for everybody. But you're trying to manifest in your happiness again. Let's ask about that. What about the Magician here? And you're perfectly capable of this. You're magic. Oh, yeah. You want to manifest in balance again. Yeah. Choices, opportunities. Specifically, you want to manifest in your justice. Yeah, something you feel you really got a raw end of the deal here. Ten of Swords, recovering. It's slow going. Chariot out here now. It's so slow going, this recovery. It's like, when do I get a break? You might be dealing with a Scorpio. Yeah, I feel your energy really low, really low. The Devil. Maybe a lot of toxic people, a lot of toxic situations tempting you, or, you're just feeling low. You're feeling trapped. Let's get to advice. Let's get to something positive here. Some sort of transformation. You're really wanting this to take place. I do see you losing hope in some of, your life wishes, okay? Don't do that, but I do see it. Queen of Cups, yeah, this has hit you gravely. You're a very emotional person, and you're trying to be, the queen, whether you're male or female here, no gender, for everybody, and hold everything up. Yeah. But the family portion of this is either not doing their share, or they're not able to, or it's something is crumbling here. Okay, advice. Let's ask again. Growth. You want growth. Growth is slow here. The Fool in the reverse. This is like recognizing the fools that you're dealing with. Okay. Are you giving a bunch of fools a lot of your time? Start cleaning house. 7 of Swords in the reverse. I think you're feeling like you have to confront them or somehow stick up for yourself, but I feel like Spirit's saying, no, you just, you can very graciously, because you're good at this, Use your God-given skill to just say, I'm pulling back here. And you don't have to explain why. And it doesn't have to be an argument. And if it turns into an argument, you still stay graceful and say, you're focusing in on your family here. But I feel like in saying that, it's your immediate family, and you're figuring out real quickly who's important in that equation and who needs help. I think there's 2 little ones. But this ultimately is going to maybe surprise you as to leading you to your ultimate happiness. Your 10 of Cups talks a lot about what's your end-all be-all, what's your big happily ever after. Judgment. But you got to place judgment on a few people here, because it seems like everybody wants a piece of the pie and their hands are out, and it's time to call on some archangels if you work with them, and the protection particularly of Archangel Michael where this is concerned, because there's been some heartbreak here with romantic partners. Again, it's like a hands out, what can you do for me type of energy. Block it. They are not for you. You know this right away. You have really good instincts and you're very intelligent, and you know this right away. And then you kind of, you're very giving, and you give them opportunities and chances and presents. And then maybe you juggle a few people because you're just not really thinking that you're sure, but you're really sure. You know what's going to be for you and what's not, in the area of love in particular, and I think also in business. And I think business connections too have their hands out here, always wanting something from you. Regardless, there's too many people in the mix, and you're always healing from it and you really want to escape it. You really want to escape the slow, how do I get out of this? Where's the transformation? When am I successful again instead of these burdens? Yeah. When can I walk away from this? You've already walked away from a lot of people emotionally. And so you can sense that they're sensing that, and then they're nervous about it because maybe you're, a lot of abundance for them or something along those lines. So you don't want to avoid, or you're trying to avoid, you don't want confrontation. But again, Spirit is saying you have the grace to get out of these things and do it gracefully. And you really don't have to explain yourself to a lot of these people. I see new avenues approaching you, opportunities approaching you, groups approaching you. And it's all because you start focusing in on you and your happiness. And I know you get pulled into other directions, maybe with young energy, child energy here, but that's no regrets. You're always going to be happy about what you could do in that department as far as enhancing a child's life. You never regret that. You know that. That's your truth now. That's your good instincts talking to you. But I think what you're going to be surprised about is it's going to be your actual happiness. You're seeing it as a responsibility, but it's actually going to be your happiness. Yeah. Not being alone equals your abundance here. Being seen. Yeah, and some of the victories you've had in life, you're going to say small potatoes compared to enhancing somebody's life here. But it is exhausting at this particular time. There's a lot going on. And you want to reject it, but deep down the enlightened you knows the importance of this. Okay. So don't get confused, or when you feel like you're burnt out, refocus. So you're not dealing with delusions of, sometimes it's too much. So you pick not good partners or not good connections that you think are in it for you, and they're really not. But it just is motivating because you want something different. And you want to kind of be away from this pressure of some responsibilities here. But you're very nurturing. This is your thing. So Spirit asks you to use it. And you kind of feel like you're missing out on your youth, or, there's a lot of question about, but I want to be out there having fun, and I'm youthful, and this is the time, and you fear like you're going to be missing out. But I think a great deal comes towards you that is going to be very faith-based, spiritual based, and you will win tenfold on this route that you've taken now. That's a little bit unclear and very slow as your pace goes. You really don't like the slowness here. Let's grab a charm. Here's the transformation that you're seeking. The butterfly's transformation energy, and you are seeking that. It's like you want to be relieved of these burdens and these responsibilities, but in reality, you're going to see how much it has enhanced your life. When you look back, you'll see, I worried so much about that, or I was so afraid about that, or I was so afraid of missing out. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. It really enhanced my life. Let's grab an oracle and wrap up. Rock bottom. You feel like that's where you are now, but you're not. Get comfortable in your own skin, the bone collector, and what you're doing now. Get comfortable here. Start to make a list maybe of all the positives that are going on that you hadn't really acknowledged before. And you're going to see, like I said, in the long run, you're going to see how beneficial this has all been for you. And the reason, maybe even, that you're here, or at least one of the major reasons you're here on this planet. That's your message. Please do comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and please do subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Virgo, let's remember who we are and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.